Hello, it's me, Marco from needlepartner.com, and today I was thinking about how empathy really is the most important quality to have in order to find your ideal partner, and also a quality to look for in potential partners. And I think it's really, really key. I think with all things in life, and especially with dating, that this is a quality that you absolutely need and that will help you a lot in order to get the girl or boy that you want. And today I was reminded that a little bit, how important it is to think about what the other person might feel in the moment, and also what their body language is like. Okay, so well, for example, with physical intimacy and other types of intimacy, if you want to achieve that, you need to have a lot of empathy for the other person in order to form that connection. And part of that is, of course, looking for the body language. And then if you notice something in the body language, talk about it, you know. Just talk about what you're noticing and ask questions. And that is really key. And then you can really form a connection, because I think a lot of people are not used to that. They're not used to being asked how they feel. And maybe they do it, or they get asked sometimes, but they're not used to it, for example, to be asked that question every couple of minutes. Especially when you first meet a person and you want to experiment with physical intimacy, you want to, touch her or kiss her or things like that. Then it's really important to be clear if that is wanted or not. And I think you always know. I think you always know whether something you want to do is wanted by the other person just by the body language, how they're behaving. And then you can talk with each other about that. And it's really, if you really open and honest and really talk about how you're feeling, how the other person is feeling, you have really the potential to form very, very strong connections. Very, very strong connections. And especially with things like physical intimacy and with sex, you can have it like very superficial. Yeah, you can have like just, let's do this. And that's not that much fun. Like, really, I've done both. But that's not that much fun. But it's really... It's a whole nother level, because that's really one of the reasons why we do it, is to get that really strong connection with a person, and that makes it much more enjoyable, makes it like really awesome, it's really, really fun when you have that deep connection. If you're very sensitive to what the other person wants, and then you talk about, what should we do better, and what you need from me in all aspects of the relationship. And so we really on a quest to constantly improve everything that you do with each other. You constantly asking for feedback, you're constantly looking for body language, you're constantly talking out loud, so it's not all on the subconscious level, but like really go deep, go into that, and I'm sure you're gonna have a really deep connection. And this doesn't necessarily have to be with a romantic partner. You can try this with your friends, okay? So, like, this is really, I think, friendships are really the testing ground for good relationships. So, yeah, talk to people, be open, be honest, as much as you can. And, like, really, I think you'll notice that you will have that deep connection. And and sometimes you might think you want, like, I don't know, for example, you're horny, you want sex, okay? But and you think you just need that, but I think sometimes, or like often, the need is deeper than that. Okay, it's deeper. You really want that connection, and then sometimes you don't even have to have sex in order to fill the need that is actually behind the sex. And I had that, like, to be completely honest with you, I had that in the past with sex, with pornography, that I was actually looking for something else. Okay, I was not. I would say now it's what wasn't a very healthy part of my sexuality. I'm rediscovering it now and make it more healthy. But yeah, in the past I really didn't really notice what need was behind that. And I think really what was behind that is to have a deep connection with another person, to be really intimate. And then all the physical things is just a natural part of that. It just comes automatically out of having a good and deep, intimate feeling. And it's a way of expressing that. Okay, so instead of like I'm horny, I want to have sex, and then you're like try to get this thing, instead try to have it as a natural process of the interaction, a way where it's completely natural that you do certain things just because it just comes out of a different place, out of the place where you're feeling what you're doing instead of you doing because you want to have the feeling. Okay? I hope this has been helpful. I'm really curious what you think about it, and what really how your relationship to physical intimacy is, not just sex, but physical intimacy in general, or intimacy in general, like how you interact with people. Do you feel you have these kinds of deep interaction, or are you maybe frustrated because you have so little of it? So I'm curious to know. I'm interested in discussing this topic further, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.